Hello wonderful humans, welcome back to Daniel's project. Because I slowly want to dig deeper into the supporting acrobatics practice with you guys, this cartwheel tutorial is the starting point for the series, and yeah, I hope you will enjoy the video and let's go. Before we start, one important note from my side. This is not a capoeira cartwheel tutorial, which is also called the AU. And this is also not a gymnastics cartwheel tutorial, because we want to see this element more as an integrational element in our movement practice, because we want to add further elements to it. And we also want to use this element for a preparation for the forward cartwheel. Now let's talk about some prerequisites. I'm planning to do some videos on warm-up principles in the future, but please make sure that your wrists are warmed up because they are supporting yourself on the floor. The shoulders are warmed up because they are pushing actively, and that our legs or hips are warmed up properly because our legs are in a straddled position in the cartwheel. Please also find a space which is soft and where you can move freely, so practice this in a garden or in a park. But you can also do this on concrete, but this is totally not recommended if you're a beginner. The first principle is the foot, hand, hand, foot principle. So make sure you're always placing your foot first, then comes the hand, then the other hand, and then the second foot. The second principle is the pendulum or the seesaw principle. So your arm and your opposite leg are forming a pendulum or a seesaw. So if your arm on your torso is going down, your leg is moving upwards, and vice versa. So if your leg is moving downwards, your torso and your arm is coming up. You really want to feel the connection from the arm to the leg and vice versa throughout your torso. The third principle, which we also use in strength training and helmet balancing, is called push the floor. So you want to bring your shoulder actively into elevation. And if you don't know what elevation is, please check out my video, it's somewhere up here, about the shoulder positions. And you really want to have strong and stable arms throughout the whole motion. Now let's start with the building blocks towards the full cartwheel. So think of the foot, hand, hand, foot principle, which we want to apply here. So you can start by creating small circles. So placing your foot first, then comes the first hand, then the second hand, and then the second foot. Try to bring as much weight as possible over your hands, and don't be scared if you are collapsing or falling down, because optimally the floor should be soft and you shouldn't injure yourself. Don't worry if the circles are really small at first. Learning the cartwheel takes a lot of time and you won't learn this overnight. So don't judge yourself too hard and be patient. Over time, when you're practicing a lot, the circles will get bigger and bigger every time until you somehow will do the cartwheel in a straight line. For example, you can do 5 reps on the left side, then you can do 5 reps on the right side, then you're having a little rest in between, and then you are repeating the cycle over and over again. We really want to achieve a high volume here. Because this is not a gymnastics cartwheel tutorial, we don't want to place our hands at the same time on the floor. We want to travel from one hand to another. And here you can see that I'm not pushing enough and I don't have enough tension throughout my whole body. And my second foot, when I'm coming down, is really close to my hand. Try to avoid this by pushing a lot and having a lot of tension throughout your whole body. And this is how it looks like when you're not driving enough with the legs, so you're neglecting the pendulum or the seesaw principle. Don't worry if you're a beginner or not totally familiar with the cartwheel. Your first couple of sessions will look something like this, but this will vanish over time, believe me. So one important note from my side, if you're learning the cartwheel and you're a beginner, this will take a lot of time. It will take a couple of weeks, a couple of months, or 1 or 2 years. It's totally up to you and where you're starting from. And learning the cartwheel is very similar to learning a handstand, for example. So at first you need to overcome fear that you're placing weight on your hands and that you're overhead. Second, you need to build strength throughout your shoulders and your body. And third, you need to build proprioception and body awareness. So you need to know where are your limbs and your legs and your hands in relation to space. So be patient and consistent, because this is the fundamental thing to learn something, and I promise you, you will be able to learn the cartwheel. That's already it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to support me, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, with your friends, family, or your partner, or with, I don't know, your dog and your cat. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.